Just tell me your full name, please.
Yeah, my full name is Harold Leslie Goldring.
And can you also tell me what school you attended?
I attended Lincoln Street School.
What was that like, being evacuated?
First of all, I remember maybe as a child, before I was evacuated to Southport, seeing the Bryant and Mays match factory go on fire after it being bombed, right? During the
Did
war.
you? Mm.
We then decided that it would be a good idea, or somebody decided for us, that we go to live in Southport, and then we were evacuated to Southport, and we ended up in East Bank Street, on the hill of the bridge. I then, for a while, went to Lincoln Street School, which was my first school, and from Lincoln Street School we moved back because the war had finished, right? And we'd moved back to live in Litherland, where my father had a shop. For a while I went to, I think it was called Lander Road School. At the age, I think, of about 8, I went to a place in Liverpool called the Liverpool Hebrew School, which was in Hope Place, Liverpool 1. I went there until I was 15. Having no GCEs or anything like that, I left school when I was 15, right? While going to that school, I went to what we call cheder of an evening, which finished after the school, right? And I took Jewish religious education in a form. My first job when I was 15 was in Blacklist stores in Liverpool. Job there was a junior salesman. So I went with messages of clothes which needed to be altered and shortened to Blacklist, Bold Street, and the clothes were altered, and I had to collect them and bring them back to the store. From there I went on to another menswear shop which was called Alexander's, and that was in London Road. I stayed there, I think, for a couple of years. I went to work in my uncle's record shop in Strand Road, Bootle. This was just before going into the army to do my national service. I liked it very, very much. I'd done my national service and I was in the Royal Army Service Corps, and I was stationed in Yeovil and Somerset. I wanted to be a driver, right, and drive officers around. And I went on a driving course. Unfortunately, I turned the Land Rover over and I was on about 15 shillings a week. In the Land Rover there was a sergeant, and he says to me, "I will take responsibility for this because you will never ever be able to pay back the money that a Land Rover costs." He was demoted to corporal, and it was not known who was driving the vehicle at the time, but they thought it was the sergeant. Somebody said they'd seen the sergeant driving the vehicle and me sitting next to him, which was incorrect. I was driving the vehicle, but he took the blame. I was made GD, which meant that I done all the dirty jobs on the camp, and I was put into the kitchen. There I peeled and prepared vegetables. Staff sergeant says to me, "I was quite good at this. Would you be interested in being a cook?" And I thought it would be a good idea because I had no trade. So I became a cook in the army, and I learned how to cook to B1 standards, which the other cooks had achieved and they'd taken part in, belonging to the catering corps. He says to me, would I like to sign on and do another year in the army after my national service? And I said no. And I came back home again.